Is in, and yes, we're gonna be talking about here's what it's like to be married to a psychopath. That's the one I picked and get no votes. Everybody like, yeah, what we saying again? All right, here's what it's like to be married to a psychopath, and we gonna find that at www.businessinsider.com/what is it like two b married two psychopath 2016 1. You might have a lot of preconceived notions about what it's like to meet a psychopath, but now imagine being married to one. James Fallon, a neuroscientist at the University of California Irvine School of Medicine, accidentally found out he was a psychopath while studying the brain scans of psychopathic criminals and realizing his own brain looked eerily similar. Fallon later discovered other disturbing clues about himself. Not only did he possess certain genes that had been linked to psychopathy, but he had half a dozen alleged murderers, including the infamous Lizzie Borden, in his family. In interviews, Fallon comes across as a perfectly normal, affable guy. But what would it be like to live with him, we wondered. Well, what's it like to live with a psychopath? The BBC interviewed Fallon and his family in a show called The Brain of a Murderer. Are You Good or Evil in 2013. The show paints a telling portrait of his personality. Fallon's wife, who declined to be interviewed for this story, admits that she wasn't hugely shocked when her husband found out he had some neurological and genetic traits linked with being a psychopath. It was surprising, right? It was surprising, but it wasn't surprising because he really is, in a way, two different people, Jane Fallon's wife, Diane Fallon, says in the video. On one hand, she said, there's the guy who's funny and gregarious, but on the other hand, he's always had a standoffish side. Fallon's son, James, echoed his mother's statements as well. I knew there was something off about him, his son James says in the video. Once he learned his father has some traits linked with psychopathy, his son added, it makes more sense now. In addition, he says his father has a hothead, a trait associated with a subtype of psychopaths Fallon calls distempered psychopaths. Despite these accounts, there's a good reason that we shouldn't jump to negative conclusions about people like Fallon. For one thing, having psychopathic traits doesn't necessarily make someone a bad person, says Fallon, since personality isn't driven by genes or brain chemistry alone. Psychopaths aren't always criminals. In interviews, Fallon reveals that he does bear some of the behavioral traits of a psychopath, such as a lack of emotional sensitivity toward others. In his interview with BBC, Fallon admits that he probably blow off the funeral of a family member so he could go to a party or do something more fun instead. But Fallon certainly isn't a criminal, a fact he credits to the positive environment in which he grew up. Research has found that for some people who possess a gene linked to psychopathy, being abused or mistreated as a child can influence whether they develop antisocial behavior. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders doesn't recognize the term psychopath, but it has an entry for something called antisocial personality disorder. People with this disorder, it says, exhibit impairments in personality functioning and pathological personality traits, including egocentrism, manipulative behavior, and a lack of empathy. Excuse me, my English is not so good. In fact, psychopathy is surprisingly common in the population, with estimates of its prevalence ranging from 0.2% to 3%. A 2009 study in the UK found a prevalence of only 0.6%. Even in literature, psychopaths abound. It appears that Sherlock Holmes may have been one. So chances are you've probably met a psychopath, and who knows, it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility that you can even live with one. You can watch the full BBC interview with Fallon and his family on the YouTube, I think it is. It's called The Brain of a Murderer. Are You Good or Evil? Horrors on BBC, which y'all can watch on your own, because I don't like horror stuff and all that stuff. It kind of makes me nervous. Yeah, so I thought that would be the first EDU for our lives for this part 1 series of the Psychopath. You know, I just want to be a little light. You know, don't want to come on too heavy. All right, wow. I know wow is, that's all you can say to that. Like, you see how this goes? Like, this is really, really cool. But at the same time, scary. Okay. And we did, why? Yeah. What is it like to be married? What is it like to be married? I'm trying to see, you know. So you can find that wonderful article at www.businessinsider.com. And that is our EDU for our lives. Yep. Yeah, we're going to do quote for the day and we are out of here. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. One.
You will hurt me on purpose. I will put that pain in my music. You will tell me good. Now you got something to sing about. I didn't understand that pain. I confused that pain for love. This shit is so real. You live and you learn, and then you learn to keep living, right? One thing I learned for a fact was karma is a bitch. Never thought I had to be faced with it. Never thought I had to deal. Now I gotta give you my story. You want to live real. If it catch you by surprise, no need to cry your eyes. In this life I've cried enough for all of us. Now I'm using all this hurt to speak loud. Pain used to be my first name. I was a fool to call it out while I was in it. What kind of love will strike it down with the same hands that will pray for you, say I'll do all the things. Well, this is my story and this is my life. I don't have to take revenge. I can just sit back, watch karma ruin your life. And it's coming for you. Get ready, 'cause it's coming for you. It's coming for you. It's coming for you. Get ready, it's coming for you. Payback is coming for you. This is my story, my life. I hope you got it right with a new love in your life. Maybe it's too late.
Not only feeling good, it's sounding good, it's just good. Music for the soul.
That's
I don't care
right.
what you're going to put some music on, boss lady. It's gonna be alright.
That's what's up. Orrin Woodward at Orrin Woodward says, it's not about what you're capable of, it's about what you're willing to endure. Hashtag TLYAW. Hashtag a million green boxes. Hashtag financial freedom. Yeah. Yeah. Like, what is that? Man, just ask me. Please ask me what that is.
What is
Mark,
that?
what is that? Oh, let me go back. What is that? A TLYAW. We still trying to figure that out on our team. Because when I went Team 10, which I can explain to you later on, you know, we got to make us an appointment, Miss Marbuck. I definitely want to continue on with our video that we was talking about like a month ago, I think it was.
The 24-hour thing?
No, the video that I sent you in your email.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that. Yeah. and you were like, you were with it, and then we didn't talk about it anymore. Then we got on Be Live and started talking about that. So, yeah, I just got to follow through with you.
Yeah, please resend because, girl,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know where I'll be sometime.
Okay. So I can really send you the marketing link to that information. Definitely.
Yeah, especially that financial stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, hashtag financial freedom, the green box. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
I'm interested in that. I want to see what's up with that.
Okay, definitely. Anybody else?
You can put it in the comments.
Yes, I got plenty.
Put it in the comments. Mother T said Miss Teresa Taylor, the Phoenix, said, my crackalicious queens. She said a good evening to us. And she also says on the BeLive.com TV production app, she just woke up and she's been working all day, and we don't want you to be sorry, darling. We want you to get as much rest.
Yes, absolutely. Don't never be sorry. The fact that you showed up was awesome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to give her a hand for that. Thank you so much for coming. Because it's like she shows up, and I look at that, you know, as a CEO of a company like this, and, you know, being connected with people like this. I'm telling you, my buck, this is a blessing for a lot of people. This product, this green box, is in high demand because, like the queen always say, we're in this matrix. You know what I'm saying? And I can't stand the matrix. So when I see a brother or sister that's out there really trying to go forward and really trying to make a change and a difference in this world through their own way, all I'm trying to do is come and say, hey, there's an opportunity for you to do that. And we're going to talk about how we can help you win through that financial fitness program. Definitely. And then it'll pay for our shows, and it'll pay for some of our music, and really get in touch with real paperwork and lawyers that can help us at an affordable cost. I'm so serious. Child support arrears. I've seen families being healed, and a lot of times people are more concerned about when they go to bed at night that they have to wake up and pay bills. People want to enjoy their money these days. People work hard. They want to take some vacations. They don't want to have to answer to a boss. And that's what I represent in this program. So that's what a little bit of taste of it. Just a taste. So yeah, it's at Orrin Woodward on Twitter. That's where I'm reading it from. So I'll read it again one more time so you can hear it. It's one of my coaches here. It's not about what you're capable of. It's about what you're willing to endure. And we definitely got an event coming up where you can see Orrin Woodward live in Wisconsin. I think it's Rothschild, Wisconsin. So if you need those details, you want to come out and check us out for real and get around the community, that'll be even better. So you can see it for yourself. And I would recommend that more so than anything. I'm all about events and things like that and getting people with like-minded people that want to, you know, expand, especially on their finances. So thanks a lot for tuning in for that. So we got some more coaches, some more people I work with. Mark Monatello likes Chris Schill at CKSCHILL, and if I'm not doing it right, I do apologize. Expectation determines outcome. Expectation determines outcome. Okay. True. Can I retweet it though, bro? Like, okay, yeah. Okay, I thought you was playing with me for a minute, my friend. Tim Stevens, filed under pet peeve, new app, putting your phone away and paying attention to the people you are with. The app's name, Respect. Wow. That's what's up, Tim Stevens. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right. Mark Page at Mark Page says, many of life's failures are experienced by people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Thomas Edison. Orrin Woodward, last more. We got 1 minute left and we already up for the Boss Ladies Radio Show. But you know, you can always play it back pre-recorded. Orrin Woodward and Orrin Woodward says, that's right. Ingratitude produces pride, while gratitude produces humility. Hashtag TLYAW. Hashtag a million green boxes. Hashtag financial freedom. You know, join Shout out to Dream Fighters Team Stealth in the building. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? And really, that's all I had to say.